Morning. Alright, so I have three examples here of composite functions. It says given f of x is x plus 2 and g of x is 4 minus x squared, find fog of x, gof of x, and that says gof, but evaluate it at -2. Okay, let's do the first one. Let's write this in student-friendly. F of what? G of x. And remember, we're kind of working from right to left. Do you see that? So basically, whatever my g function is, I'm going to put it into the f. Let's see if we can color code this. Maybe this will make sense. Let's pick g of x to be pink. Let's pick f of x to be yellow. Okay, so what does this mean? So let's draw the f first. Draw the f, input the f. So I have x plus 2. Do you see this? And instead of putting x there, I'm going to put whatever g of x is. What is g of x, class?
X minus 4 minus x plus.
4 minus x squared, and then I still have this plus 2 here. Do you see that? So we're, instead of saying f of x, any x value, we're going to put a g there. So I wrote f of x equals x plus 2. Instead of writing x there, we're writing 4 minus x squared. Now, I don't need the parentheses because there's no multiplication or minus sign here, so I can just drop the parentheses and combine like terms. 4 plus 2 is? Negative x squared plus 6 is our answer. F of g of x is negative x squared plus 6. Okay, let's run it back. Let's write it in student-friendly. Tell me what to write. F, G, which one? G of what? F of x. What is your g function? Tell it to me. 4 minus x squared. And instead of writing x, what am I going to write, class? What's your f of x? X plus 2 squared. Uh-oh. What does x plus 2 squared mean? Can I distribute the 2? You can do that if it's a law of exponents, but you have a plus sign there. So what does x plus 2 mean? Squared. You have how many of them? You have 2 of them, right? I'm going to do a box. You can use foil. You're going to do the same thing. Essentially, you'll multiply first, and then you'll combine like terms. Which ones are like terms, class? So what do you get as your answer? X squared plus 4x plus 4. Uh-oh, red alert. Minus sign. What do you do with it?
Switch the signs.
You can switch the signs, or you can distribute a -1. So I get 4. What do I get? Negative x squared. -1 times 4x, class?
Negative 4.
-4x. And -1 times 4? -4. And then we just combine like terms. Which ones are like terms? Four and a -4, which equals 0. And then I'm just left with negative x squared minus 4x. How do you know your answer is not going to be a number? Well, you're just working with a bunch of algebraic expression with variables. Does that make sense? Okay, last one. G of f equals -2. Let's write that. G of f of x. But really what they want us to do is instead of just leaving this as x, you're going to put what? You're going to put a -2. Okay, so if I put in f of -2 into my function, f of x, way up there, is x plus 2. X plus 2. And so f of -2 is going to equal -2 plus 2 is 0. Okay, what do I do with the 0 now? What are we going to do with it? We put it inside your g of x value.
Can I leave it until I'm done and then fix it?
Yeah. You can also think of the previous problem. We already kind of did the algebra. I'm just thinking, what happens if I made a mistake over there? That's all. So now that I have this 0 here, f of -2 equals 0, we're just going to put it into your function of g. So g of 0 equals 4 minus 0 squared. And 0 squared is 0. And 4 minus 0 is 0. So 0 is our answer. What did I do wrong? Duh. My fault. 4. 4 minus 0 is not 0, it's 4. Let me show you guys a different way of doing the problem. This -2, you can also put into, we already did this problem algebraically. Does that make sense up here? So you could have put in -2 squared is 4. Opposite of 4 is -4. -4 times -2 is 8. So -4 plus 8 is +4. So 2 ways of getting the answer of 4.